Now, you heard just a hot second ago about the race for the presidency of the Nigerian Senate. Well, anticipation is equally building in the House of Representatives over who will be dealt the blow of defeat and who will be graciously recognized. Its members are engaging in a leadership race, and a blizzard of contestants have stepped up to the mark. The ruling APC has chosen Abbas Tajuddin from the Northwest as its preferred candidate, but given that for the first time ever, opposition parties are claiming the collective majority in the House and pledging radical change, it's anyone's guess who will emerge as the winner. It may well not be an APC candidate. So taking all this into account, how seismic will the battle for the Speaker of the House be? Could it become a rallying call for the reforming opposition parties ranged against those who want to keep things more or less as they are? Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by the House of Representatives member-elect for the federal constituency of Ikwano Uba here under the Labour Party, Mr. Obi Aguocha. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Charles. I'm happy to be here.
And congratulations.
Thank you very much.
As we were saying just a minute ago, it ain't easy to win an election.
It ain't easy to win an election.
Especially the people you were ranged against.
Especially the great people of Ikwano Uba here.
Well, you were ranged against the Speaker of the State Assembly and son of the former governor.
Yes, I ran not just against him, I ran against many others like him in that gap. And ultimately, grace of God, I was declared the winner with a large vote margin that even anybody who saw the margin and you never believed in Christ, you will go down on your knees and say there's a living God.
I like that.
Yes.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
And, I mean, what do you think tipped the balance in your favour? Was it the P2B factor from the Labour Party? Was it your own doing or a combination of the two?
Well, I wouldn't say it's just P2B. P2B's factor was there. He created a lot of awareness. He made Labour Party to be the bride of the election. A lot of people, especially in the Southeast, let me even use Ikwano Uba, fell in love with P2B. But they also fell in love with Obi Aguocha. They also fell in love with Dr. Alex Oti for simple reasons of what we were bringing to the table. We wanted to talk about change, to change the narrative of hopelessness and not enough opportunity and despair that for so long has held Abia State down. And the people who were themselves competing with us, like the one you mentioned, their family have had a long history in Abia State.
Yeah, his name is Chinedu Borji.
Yeah. His father was the chief of staff for 8 years. His father was governor for 8 years. His father was the sitting senator for 8 years. He himself, the speaker for almost 8 years. They have lived off the benevolence and benefits of Abia State. And the time comes where a whole lot of people became disenchanted with that, not because of who they are, but because of the rot in the economy, the insecurity, like I said, the unemployment, people who are graduate, don't have works, most of them are being converted to tout. So a lot of people just got fed up. And I think they forgot to know the despair of the people. They believed that everything was all about money, everything was all about intimidation, that Abians will continue to wallow in pain. But Abians decided otherwise. So those were the factors that came along. But there is no one factor that I can point to other than God showed himself graceful and faithful to the people of Abia State, using my election as the key that liberated Abia, because once we took down that family and put them away, and the governor of the state also lost, then it became a lot easier for people to then say, well, we're going to look at Labour Party. They have better programs for us. If they come to power, they're going to pay workers. They're going to pay pensioners. They're going to create economic growth. They're also going to create economic and political environment where everybody, at least based on justice and equity and fairness. So that's exactly what happened in Abia State. And Abia State are better off for it today. There's a lot of expectations on us, especially at the leader, Dr. Alex Oti. But what I say to people is to calm down a bit. We have a program, we have a plan. But we can't come in just in 1 year.
Yeah, you can't wave a magic wand.
You can't wave a magic wand in just 1 year to undermine 24 years of run.
But the most important thing is to have the confidence of the people, that they believe you're going to take them on the right path. And if that is what they believe, then that's half the job done. But obviously, in your particular case, you are not, I mean, you're not a governor or something like that. You're a lawmaker. And one of the ways that you're going to shape things is the kinds of laws you make.
Absolutely.
And the kind of National Assembly that you build that stands up as a check and balance and all the rest of it on the executive. Obviously, the race for Speaker of the House is probably the biggest story coming out of the House of Representatives at the moment. What's your reaction to the news that the APC has zoned the position of Speaker to the Northwest and its preferred candidate is Abbas Tajuddin? I mean, what does that do to the opposition and how they intend to shape that House?
Well, first of all, I'm not of the APC.
Yeah, obviously. That's why I'm asking.
I'm an LP man,
a
Labour man. But now that we've come to Abuja...
I mean, for now, you're an LP man.
Yes. You can see my...
Knowing you politicians, who knows what tomorrow will bring?
No. I'm an LP man for life.
Right.
And secondly, too, it's very difficult now under Electoral Act to be jumping from one political party to the other. So I've signed up for AP, and I believe that I'm going to be an LP man for life. Now, with what is happening, based on international best practices, I think all over the world, you concede the leadership of the institution to the ruling party. Despite that today, the coloration of the National Assembly has changed. The APC has close to about, I believe, maybe 177 or 78 members. They lost one in terms of that. Then the minority, the so-called minorities, are now the greater minority, the greater majority. Yeah. In the sense that if you combine PDP, Labour, NMPP, YPP, APGA, SDP,
you have the majority.
We have the majority. Yeah. If we stick together, we might actually change the narrative of the House.
Yeah, but you're already conceding that, according to your best practice.
According to best practice, we, have to allow the ruling party to present presiding officers.
Yeah, and but you can vote however you want to vote.
And we can vote however we want to vote.
So
because
you're
the
not
Constitution,
bound by it.
Yeah, I'm not bound by party. Yeah. The Constitution says there shall be a Speaker of the whole House. It didn't say the Speaker has to be a member of the majority or minority party. But what APC has done today is commendable.
Right.
In the sense that for me as a Southeasterner, it would only take zoning to protect the rights of minorities. If we had allowed for it to be an all-comer affair, just like Senator Ndume said, there could have been a possibility the president-elect is a Muslim, the vice president-elect a Muslim, and if we threw open in the Senate, the Senate president could also be a Muslim, and the Speaker a Muslim. And this is based on, if you go by the calculations that have been made by those from the Northeast, Northwest, and North Central, in terms of trying to assume the leadership of the National Assembly, both at the Senate and the House of Representatives. So what they have done today, at least by showing that they, APC, this is the first time I've seen APC do something fantastic, meaning that they are recognizing the Southeast to be a presiding officer. Right. So I will have to commend them for doing that.
Unfortunately, on that note, I have to end the conversation because we're out of time. But please come back and talk to us when we've got more time.
And the person they selected in the Southeast, Ben Carlo, is a man of integrity, a man that has efficiency and has the competence to do the work, and is best for the Southeast and many others also.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you
Mr.
very much.
Obi Aguocha is a member-elect for the federal constituency of Ikwana Umahia under the Labour Party.
Thank you very much for having me.